a lot of time off. And Switchbacks FC, well, it wasn't planned for them. Their game against Portland was postponed due to heavy rain, leaving 3 to 4 inches on the field, a waterlogged pitch, and therefore they're missing 2 key players tonight that were supposed to be suspended against Portland.
Yes, they're missing Josh Phillips and Shintaro Harada. And talking with Coach Steve Tritchu, they have to change up their game plan of what they normally would like to do. They're a young team. They're building week by week, and he actually said that they're ahead of their expectations where they would like to be right now in the season, but they know that to stop the OC Blues tonight, they're going to have to stop Denzel Slogger on the right side. So we'll see with those 2 players suspended for tonight's matchup, how will they adjust? They had 10 days to prepare. Let's see tonight.
And of course, with that postponed game, that means they're coming off a huge 3-2 win. Of course, they finished with 9 men in that game. But their goalie, Gorick, stopping 2 PKs in that match. That's pretty impressive. And while he's stopping the PKs at one end, Vercoloni scoring them at the other.
Well, Luke Vercoloni, he is their captain. He is this guy in the center of the field that is all the other players on the Switchbacks FC look after, and they try to embolize him and be a professional just like he is. He has the most experience, first ever signing in Switchbacks FC history. So how Vercoloni goes, the Switchbacks go.
And I spoke to Luke Vercoloni before the game, and he said to give a shout-out to his wife and his 3 beautiful children. And we'll also give a shout-out to the Trailheads. Thank you for tuning in from Colorado, and thank you for tuning in wherever you may be for tonight's USL action as the Blues coming into this one 4-2 and off a very impressive victory against the Portland Timbers 2. But the thing was, the coaches weren't happy with the way they played in the second half.
Well, in the first half, Coach Oliver V said maybe their best half of soccer all season long. Second half, not so much. They still did get the 2-0 victory, but talk about a road trip. Taking 2 out of 3 against defending champions Sacramento Republic FC. A tough one against Seattle. They had the lead in the first half, squandered it late, but still, 2-0 victory over Portland Timbers 2. 2 out of 3 on the road. They actually have a 2-3 record here at home. 4-2, sitting 4th in the standings of the Western Conference, so the Blues looking to build on that road trip and that momentum as they come back here tonight, the friendly confines of Anteater Stadium.
And it has to be said, that win over Sacramento Republic, just the second time ever that the Republic has been beaten at Bonnie Field. So the Orange County Blues making history and looking to make more here tonight, as it will be the Blues kicking off, going from left to right across your screen. They are in all blue, and the Switchbacks in their white away kits, they are going from left to right. As we are all set, getting underway, and it's Ramirez back to Crittenden, and right away looking for Slogger. Back 4 straight across for Switchbacks FC. And right away you see that double team on Slogger, exactly what Trichu said he was going to do.
They feel they can stop Slogger and counterattack. They don't care if they go with 2 or 3 men. They know that they can counterattack and score. They'll be happy with preserving their back line. The way they feel they could win is keep the Blues out of the net.
So here comes the throw-in, and Jimmy Turner back in the lineup, his 4th straight start in the absence of the injured Jack McCracken, and I'm surprised that he took a short throw in there because we know him for launching it into the box. Here's the other outside back, Suggs.
Almost as good as a corner kick, but likes to throw it short, and Blues, they feel like they're going to be having a lot of the possession here tonight. Talking with Coach Oliver Vies, he knows that to stretch them, they're going to have to play side to side.
Jordan Burt looking to get the clearance. Goes only as far as Illich. Crittenden. And the other thing that Trichu told us before the game was that the possession by the midfield is so good for the Blues, and that's where they really have to stop him. You can see him stepping up there and trying to not allow the Blues midfield to play quickly, vertically. They don't mind him playing back, but they definitely don't want him playing forward, which is exactly what Vies wants. He says, we're a good team when we're progressive, playing forward through the midfield. As Burt will take the throw-in. I was joking with Burt earlier this week that he kind of looks like Steven Gerrard. He said, I've heard that before, but I wish I played like him.
As we all know, Gerrard will be making his way to the MLS this summer.
And that's a good run by Argueta, and it should be a foul. Argueta, coming from the Ventura County Fusion, 24-year-old rookie, grew up just 20 minutes away from here in Fountain Valley. Of course, when you're on the 405, as Californians know, 20 minutes can also be about an hour.
He also played his college ball here locally at UCSB Gauchos. So he's a California boy.
First attack for Switchbacks FC, Peters out. And this is Kim getting his second straight start. Kim with that gorgeous assist for Slogger to make it 2-0 against Portland Timbers 2. And he's looking for Slogger once again. Good cover, though, in the Switchbacks defense. Blues looking to stretch the game, trying to catch Colorado Springs Switchbacks before they drop deep.
And we talked about it a little bit before the game, Mark. Both of these teams have had over a week off, so it's going to be fresh legs here tonight. So it should be very interesting to see how they match up. Head coach for the Switchbacks, Steve Tritchu, thinks that these teams are very similar match, so it's going to be a battle of who converts on their X's and O's.
Suggs looking for the early cross, but it's easy in the end for Gorick. West Virginia native who spent time in the academies of both Bayer Leverkusen and Austria Vienna before playing in the lower divisions in Sweden. Eventually made his way to the Ottawa Fury before coming over to the Switchbacks FC. Kim, under 19 South Korean international. Slogger has drifted inside. Suggs is shaping out wide, but instead it's played back to Beto Navarro.
And this is exactly what we've seen last week with the OC Blues. Controlling that midfield, playing possession. They don't care if they have 90% of the possession, even in their own half. They want to control that ball because they know they can go forward at any time.
Robinson sprinting up this near side. Instead, the ball goes the other way with Vercoloni, the all-time leader in games played in the United Soccer Leagues. Plays it out wide, and it's back in the center. Well stepped in by Turner. UC Irvine product in his third season with the Blues. Nice ball up to Ramirez. That's something that Vies talked about, wanting to get Ramirez more involved in the play. Lovely little flick with the outside of the boot to get that ball to Suggs. This is Kurtinen. Kim. And Suggs just couldn't reach it. Be a throw-in for Switchbacks FC.
And we've seen a little early here that Kurtinen has been able to get possession of the ball very comfortably about 30 yards out. If he could maybe, get a couple more opportunities, turn and face goal, he could let one rip from there. And Gorick will have to be on his heels, as we saw Kurtinen score a beautiful strike a couple weeks ago. So that earned him a Player of the Week, Team of the Week player. So don't be surprised if Kurtinen gets all this space. He will take advantage of it.
J.J. Greer will take the free kick as Argueta won a handball. 4 players forward along that back line of the Blues for Switchbacks FC. But it's Griffiths who wins the header, and Turner who keeps it in. Once again looking for Slogger, and once again he's well marshaled. 6th minute from Maneater Stadium. Neither side is yet to break the deadlock here in Irvine. And neither side has really had a chance to speak of as well in the early going. And this is a Switchbacks team that can score early in the 3-2 win over Arizona. Aaron King scored after just 4 minutes.
On the center of Orange County.
Switchbacks would love to get on the board early, as they know momentum is with the OC Blues, and especially being back here at home and having the week off. They are a very different team from last year, something that head coach of the Switchbacks, Tritchu, had mentioned. So it's in their benefit to try and get up early.
Slogger elected for the early cross, and Hunter gets there before Ramirez. Bejarano bringing it forward, trying to find King. This one will be the first touch of the game for Pepe Miranda, former U23 Cuban international. And Miranda, along with Bejarano and Robinson, all played for the Golden State Misioneros, which is a PDL team based here in the Los Angeles area. And here is Slogger getting behind the defense. Ramirez waiting in the middle. And it will be the first corner kick of the game for the Orange County Blues as Slogger finally finds some space.
And for fans not here tonight, it is actually a cool night for Orange County standards. About 67 degrees here at game time. Shouldn't be any problem for those Switchbacks players, but we'll see how speed will work for Slogger on this little chilly of a night.
Kim. The flag stays down, played in, and Hunter gets there before Ramirez. Good work by the rookie on loan from the Houston Dynamo.
We would like to welcome our supporters group, the County Line Coalition.
It'll be the second quarter of the game. They played that one short. Coach Oliver Vies talking about each team you got to prepare differently, and the one key component was their set plays. So it appears Crittenden is going to play this one deep.
Crittenden with a low ball in this time. Luca just missed it. And here are Switchbacks looking to break. Saeed Robinson had it cleared away by Suggs. Last-ditch defending on the counterattack from the Orange County Blues. As Burt creeps forward. And he's going to go as far as he can before either the referee or the assistant referee tells him that he has to move back, and it earns a corner kick for the Switchbacks.
So we talked about that counterattacking ability for the Switchbacks, and just like that, one corner to the other. First corner kick of the game for the Switchbacks. Let's see if they could get up in the air, but I imagine Brenton Griffiths will be right there to clear this one out.
Vercoloni with the outswinger from the near side. Doesn't get by the defender at the first post. Kim chasing, but Greer pumps it back in. Takes King out wide, and Griffiths elects to push it forward rather than usher it out of bounds. Slogger, given no time to turn. 3 white jerseys policing Slogger, and Switchbacks win it back. This time Suggs won it off the foot of Vercoloni. Playing in his 107th game in the United Soccer League's Vercoloni. Joining Switchbacks FC after 9 seasons with the Richmond Kickers. And this is Crittenden, a veteran of the Swiss Premiership. Joined from Servette, one of the top teams in Switzerland. Kim, Suggs, Illich. The rookie elects to cut inside. He was trying to slide it through for Ramirez, but rather played it on the other side of him. Kim. Little 1-2 with Illich. Kim got past Burt, but Burt had the last word. Seth wins the throw-in for Switchbacks FC.
Quick feet work there by Kim. Looked like a little nutmeg on him, but Burt able to get back and win it for the Switchbacks. As we see here, though, Blues able to form those triangles on the Switchbacks third and play with possession.
And King going for the quick shot. And Miranda got a touch in the assistant referee's point of view. I thought Miranda was just watching that one to make sure it went wide, but I guess safety first. And it's going to be the third corner kick of the game for Luke Vercoloni and Switchbacks FC.
Well, it was a good presence of mind by King to see Pepe Miranda hanging out of his box, maybe try to get one past him, but just like that, third corner kick and 5 total in the game now. So this game could be down to who can convert on their set plays better.
Vercoloni with another outswinger. Blues have to mark better than they did last time around, and they do. Turner winning it back on the far side. Petrosevich weaved his way through traffic and then got into some trouble and is saved by the referee's whistle. Wants to be called Luca, so we'll stick with Luca. Old habits are hard to break up here in the booth. But it is a get-out-of-jail-free card for the Orange County Blues as Switchback FC had a chance to counter. Navarro. Luca. The youngest ever player to sign to a professional contract in Montenegro. At just the age of 12, Luca, for Budnokost Pogorsia. And Suggs uncharacteristically lets it go out of bounds.
Well,
unforced errors along this right-hand side.
Well, that's one he'll shake his head at, but luckily it came on the Switchbacks side of the field, so Slugs will just have to go back and regroup. And the Blues back line, they've been doing a great job of pushing up when the Switchbacks try to make those through ball passes. So as long as they can get that possession back, Blues should be okay here on their own side of the field.
Robinson looking for the run of Vercoloni into the channel. And just look at that for a piece of invention from Illich, flicking it up for Crittenden. And a great job to ride him off the ball from Miguel Gonzalez. Gonzalez's brother Daniel plays for the Oklahoma City Energy.
Good job tracking back to get Crittenden off that ball. But Crittenden was looking for that switch as he had Slogger on that right side. So far, Slogger been able to get forward a couple times, for the most part, bottled up.
Well, Turner almost overran it. And the back pass putting Miranda in an awkward situation. Giving the ball right back to the Switchbacks in midfield as Argueta plays it to the far side. Good intervention from Jimmy Turner. Otherwise, danger could have been on for Switchbacks FC. The Colorado side wins the ball back yet again. So they're starting to really take a bit of a stranglehold in this game. Starting to enjoy a period of possession, but here come the Blues. Hunter back to mop up. Greer, 24-year-old, joined this season from the Charlotte Eagles.
Compete sports performers and
Still no score in the 17th minute from Maneater Stadium on the campus of UC Irvine. Mark Serber alongside Brad Paul. Hope you're enjoying our coverage here on the Orange County Blues YouTube page.
Well, Mark, just as you were saying, it really took them about 7 minutes to get into this game, but seemed to have calmed down a little bit. They haven't played in 10 days. Last match was postponed due to inclement weather, so they're happy to be back out here. But they did play an inter-squad scrimmage during the week to keep the legs fresh and stay in that game form. So Switchbacks just getting into the rhythm of things, and over the last 5-10 minutes, they've dominated the possession here, Mark.
Navarro won it over Seth. Scorer of the first ever goal in Switchbacks history in the 2-1 loss against Oklahoma City Energy. First win for the Switchbacks came against Real Monarchs SLC on April 11th. Vercoloni, the captain. And you wonder if Vercoloni knew that Luca was going to get to that pass and brought him down on purpose, or it was just a tangle of legs. Either way, it's a free kick for the Orange County Blues in the 19th minute.
Great job by Luca, though, playing that defensive midfield in that diamond shape there, allowing Crittenden and Kim to be free-flowing in the offense. And those are very crafty players. They could create very many chances for Ramirez up top, so good job by Luca to win that ball back.
Weiss floats it in at the top of the box. Headed down, but nobody there for the Blues. And Robinson is shaped out wide. Nice header back to King. Does well to bring it down. And a great switch to the far side as well. Good run from King. And King looking for that far post. And it's pushed into the path of Robinson. What a save from Miranda. Miranda atoning for his own error. But Robinson should have buried that. Possession still with Gonzalez. Weaving his way through the top of the box. Leaves it off for Seth. Creates a little bit of room. Argueta. And Gonzalez is dispossessed. And the Blues escape one there. But a great second save after not the best first touch from Pepe Miranda.
Well, Griffiths was also behind Miranda there. I don't know who got the final touch to keep that ball out of the back of the net. Great job by Miranda to save that initial ball, but he has to do better with directing his save, as King almost just walked in on the doorstep there.
Nike
Blues
is a
regrouping.
sponsor of USL. Follow Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
USLsoccer.com. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com site? Get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub where you can talk about that contender for Save of the Week for Miranda. Really set himself up for that one, but came up trumps in the end. First genuine scoring opportunity of the match goes to Switchbacks FC, but 21 minutes in, and it's still 0-0.
They would have loved to jump up on the board here, as we've seen them really grown into this game here, Mark, starting to knock it around, and it was their ability to switch the point of attack from this right side over to the left that allowed that goal-scoring opportunity. Of course, he had some great touches to bring it down with the chest, but really grown into this.
Suggs into the channel. Well defended from Robinson. And once again, Jimmy Turner staying at home. Weiss electing to keep the organization rather than have Turner peg this one into the box. And Illich, I've been impressed with how quickly Illich is playing these balls. Really working and moving and doing exactly what Oliver Weiss said he wanted, which is quick one-touch passing and a lot of movement. Some of the other Blues players haven't responded that way, as trying to catch Gorick unawares was Ramirez. His first shot of the game, nothing to trouble the West Virginia native.
Quick little snapshot there from Ramirez, just to try to build his confidence. He hasn't had too many touches of the games, so he's just getting his feet flowing, and as he warms up, the team warms up.
King, joined from the Carolina Railhawks, along with this man, Burt. Almost an Iker Casillas foul throw there. Ref lets it go, and now King has the ball and a chance to cross it. High looping cross, and Seth was able to get his head on it, but it falls right to Miranda.
And for people that don't get that reference, today in the Champions League semifinals, final minute of stoppage time, Casillas did a foul throw. Juventus able to run the rest of the timeout. Maybe an opportunity gone for Real Madrid, and they're out.
And if you were DVRing that game and watching us instead, we apologize for playing spoiler, but we're happy you're with us here on the Orange County Blues YouTube page.
2015, spoiler alerts everywhere.
Luka, finally some time to pick up his head. Chance to play into the pocket. Kim unloads. Well wide in the end. And you can see the frustration on the South Korean's face.
And we talked about Crittenden finding those spots and doing the exact same thing that Kim just did. So it's good that you have your two attacking midfielders with that same mindset, as Ramirez is going to be their point man, but if it's not there and they have space, go ahead and take that crack from 25 out.
Davila Goric to take the goal kick in the 24th minute of play. That 3 on the scoreboard looked like a 9 to me. Switchbacks were trying to chisel their way down the far side, but instead the Blues win it back. Oh, and that's a heavy challenge. All ball, says the referee. I think I agree with him, but nobody making the run down the line. And Miranda will claim.
Ball never lies. Back to the OC Blues.
Beto. Griffiths. The two center backs showing out wide, allowing the outside backs to push up. And Ramirez will chase this one down, but Goric will get there first. And safety first from the keeper.
Now, that wasn't a pass back to Goric, so he might have been able to get that ball back in the box and pick it up, but better safe than sorry, plays it out. But as we see, the OC Blues back line is completely stretched across the field, and Oliver Weiss, as long as they're playing possession, that's exactly what he wants. He wants to stretch this team wide if he can't stretch them long, as they know that they're trying to stop Slogger.
Turner's line drive was headed out by Hunter. Thrown on the far side in the 25th minute. First ever meeting between Orange County Blues and Switchbacks FC.
Things kind of slowed down since that real good scoring opportunity for the Switchbacks. So the possession for the Blues, they controlled about the first 6-7 minutes. Then the Switchbacks got into it, had that great goal-scoring opportunity. And now we just kind of hit a little lull in the action. These teams now know what they're capable of. Very evenly matched.
And here comes a long throw for the Switchbacks. Looking for King, but cleared away. Switchbacks doing so good to hunt the ball and win it back. Win it back high up in the Blues end as well. Robinson. Burt. Argueta. Luca. And Turner thought that was going out wide to him, but Kim played cutoff. Griffiths. Blues just looking to settle things down. Now Navarro to push the pace. Crittenden trying to unleash Slogger. And good defending on that far side once again.
Orange County Blues would like to thank Sports
Bejarano on the far side doing a
Warren
great job.
Enterprise as
The
the
Colombian
presenting
hasn't
partner
given
of the
Slogger an
Blues.
inch of space.
You know, the Blues, one thing they do well when they win that ball, Mark, is they keep possession of it. A couple quick little passes in tight space, and then they bring it out wide to make sure they can go on that attack. So it's crucial that they don't give it right back. So great communication and quick 1-2 passing to keep that possession and take the ball going the other way.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. And I'm sure a clip of Pepe Miranda's save against Saeed Robinson will be on Facebook in a few minutes, let alone later tonight.
And so far, very crucial, as we don't know, that could have been a potential game-winning goal. So very great save by Pepe.
Here is Robinson, taken down from behind, free kick in a dangerous area for Switchbacks FC. They wanted to take it quickly, and now Vercolone asking the referee why Luca's not being carded for jumping right in front of the ball. Trichu said that Vercolone is playing the best soccer that he's seen him play in his career. Of course, Vercolone, the captain first with the New England Revolution before 9 seasons with the Richmond Kickers. And at the age of 33, already on the USL Team of the Week twice so far this year. And as you said, Brad, the younger players come into practice, they watch him train, they watch his professionalism, they see his success, and they feed off it. And they might feed off of his ball into the box here, but the Blues able to scramble it clear.
Switchbacks doing a good job of keeping possession.
Falls kindly for King. Seth dispossessed by Luca, who wins the free kick, much to the chagrin of the Pittsburgh native.
Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com?
It was Seth's goal right on the 45th minute against Arizona that turned out to be the game winner.
Very crucial, considering that those 2 red cards without Shintaro Harada tonight and Josh Phillips. So very big lineup change for Switchbacks.
Well, you can see the frustration on Slogger. He switched sides and is chasing the ball all the way in the midfield. And then Navarro, well, he's going to feel that he got fouled. And the referee agrees with him.
And unfortunately, there's not a lot of grass here on the sideline. It quickly becomes the track here at Anteater Stadium. So not a very kind surface to fall on there for Navarro, but a free kick was earned. Good sportsmanship there.
And King, who's had experience not only with the Railhawks, but also in the Finnish Premier League with FC Haka. A very good player, King. 1 goal on the season, but he'll definitely get more as the season progresses. As Coach Trichu told us, he said, we're getting better with every game, and if we get better than we were against Arizona, we're going to be pretty good here tonight. And so far, the Blues have hardly had a sniff of goal on the half-hour mark.
And Tritschu has already said that his team has exceeded his expectations of where he thought they would be after 6 games in. So very good sign for this coaching staff and these players. He just wants them to play together more. They'll learn and get comfortable playing alongside each other. Eventually, those overlapping runs will come, and the communication, and then the goals will also come for them.
Well, the Orange County Blues, if they win tonight, will be in the upper echelons of the Western Conference. But if Switchbacks FC get all 3 points, then they'll be tied with the Orange County Blues in the table. And a big reminder that both of these teams have games in hand over Austin, Seattle Sounders 2, and Sacramento Republic, who are in first place with 15 points. But this is a Switchback side that has 9 points, so after those 3 games are made up, they could very well be ahead of them.
It's just the way the schedule falls here in USL. Sometimes you have to play back-to-back. Sometimes you have 10 days off.
Sometimes you have tornado warnings, kind of a reason games will get postponed.
Can work to the benefit of either team.
A foul, Bejarano on the far side. Colombian not at all happy. And played in the Premier Development League last year, Bejarano, but before that, the Colombian was playing in the top divisions in his native country with the likes of Fortaleza. And the talent Colombia produces before those players go abroad is unbelievable. That is a very, very tough league to play in.
And I always can remember Bejarano's name and how to pronounce it because of the jockey, Rafael Bejarano.
You lost me there, Brad. Nevertheless, free kick in the 32nd minute for the Orange County Blues.
Come on, horse racing, Kentucky Derby.
And put down right away. Sent to the back post. Gorick punches clear.
Got the Preakness coming up.
Turner sends it back in. Nice touch to bring it down. Kim with the cross. It's a bit heavy, and it's right into the arms of Gorick, who read it well. Gives it right to Suggs, though. Rare miscue from him, and now King can take advantage. King working on Navarro. Navarro turns right into Robinson. Did well to back up the play, but Navarro did well to recover. Crittenden looking for that early ball to Slogger. Falls kindly for Ramirez. Kim overlapping on the far side. Slogger, little touch for him. Push back for Turner. Luca working from his deep midfield position. Playing in that shield just in front of the back four. The former Montenegrin youth international.
And we know the Switchbacks is a young team, but when Gorick wins that ball, he can't just kick it right back to the OC Blues. He caught that cleanly. He has to hold it up, wait to find his players. This is little things that the Switchbacks and Tritschu are working on as this team grows. And Gorick, he'll develop into that stalwart back there and know when to play that ball out. But just like that, back and forth we go. These teams, been a great first half of action.
34th minute. Neither side is yet to score. Pepe Miranda made a huge save on Robinson. Other than that, really not much to write home about. Suggs. And there's that ball into the channel. It's over the head of Bejarano. And Slogger unable to keep it in. He's getting a bit frustrated, Slogger. I think this is the first time in the USL that he hasn't really witnessed the space that he's used to. But this is a player that knows how to play against teams that will get right up against him. He made his debut for RKC Walwick in the Eredivisie in 2012 against Ajax at the Amsterdam Arena. He said that was one of the best moments of his career, was getting to step on the field at the Amsterdam Arena. I said, one of the best moments of my life was just getting to sit in the stands at the Amsterdam Arena.
Well,
Griffiths perhaps should have given that one back to Miranda, but it all works out as it goes to Turner.
Well, just like in basketball, Bejarano is man-marking Slogger, so not giving him any space.
And the Blues just a bit off kilter with their touches. And Robinson cutting inside, and that's good tracking back from Suggs. And Robinson, of course, who's played in this area, has a good crowd on hand cheering for him tonight.
Yes, I hear a couple of Switchbacks FC fans out here tonight made the trek and maybe a little vacation. Can't complain. The weather's definitely better here than in Colorado Springs right now. Spring comes early, and so does summer here in Orange County.
Good battle between Robinson. Luka. Already has a Serbian Cup under his belt, won in 2013 with Jagodina. Looking for honors here with the Orange County Blues, but right now he has to look to get back as Vercoloni has space and time. It allows Argueta to step up and join the party. Hunter. 21-year-old looking for options. Finds it in Vercoloni. Well, the Blues are organized, but they're certainly not stepping to the ball. And the Switchbacks have time to pick out their passes. Vercoloni.
Blues are dropping back too much. They need to put that high pressure, win that ball back.
Burt, that's a good ball, and it's a free header for Seth, but he's unable to get it on target. Another chance goes begging for the visitors.
He just needed to put that one on frame and hope for a rebound or maybe a miscue by Pepe Miranda. He was heading that one like he was heading a clearance.
Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. The Switchbacks FC put a great show on their website, which I tweeted out last night. Good 15 to 16 minute coaches show. Harada was interviewed as well. So Twitter, the place to be. But this is a chance for the Blues. Ramirez has space, and he takes full advantage. And against the run of play, the Orange County Blues take the lead in the 38th minute. Oh, what was the Switchbacks FC backline thinking there?
And like a true goal scorer that Christopher Ramirez is, taking advantage of the mistake and putting it past Gorick with ease.
That's an OC Blues goal.
He had the opportunity to one time that, takes a great touch around the defender and his own man. Stutter steps, Gorick comes out. What a goal by Christopher Ramirez, and just like that, the deadlock is broken in the 38th minute. None other than Christopher Ramirez. You know that Switchbacks FC coaching bench is not going to be happy with that one, and I'm sure the backline will get a stern talking to at the break.
A legendary coaching bench at that. Coach Trichu, of course, played for the U.S. in Italian 90 and played in the 5-1 loss to Czechoslovakia, but did well enough that he was recruited by Sparta Prague, won the league the next year, and then became the first ever American to play in the European Cup, which is now the UEFA Champions League. And of course, Wally Harris as well, former Jamaican international, both of them having long and successful careers in Major League Soccer and looking to help these guys get to the next level. And Brad, this is a young squad other than the veteran Vercoloni, who of course touched the ball right as I said that. Be interesting to see how they respond as they've taken the game to the Blues and then give up that mistake.
Well, they know that they can play with the Blues here. They're not intimidated, but they're going to have to eliminate those mistakes.
King trying to bulldoze his way through. And what a good job to keep that in from Illich. The rookie out of Vanguard University is playing out of his mind right now. It's not anything special or flashy, but he's doing all the little things right. Burt looking for another early cross, instead plays it short. Flicked on by Robinson. Looking for King in the box, and Miranda climbs the ladder. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
So far, Miranda's save early on is keeping this game from being tied at 1 apiece, as the OC Blues were able to strike first in the 38th minute on a miscue by Switchbacks back line there.
And let's not forget that that goal came right after Seth missed a wide open header. That ball was served onto him pretty much on a golden platter, and he couldn't keep his effort down. But going the other way, 3-on-5, the Switchbacks. Tremendous work. Vercolone fouled by Kim. Free kick in the center circle as we're inside the final 5 minutes of first half regulation.
So far, I don't see any signs that would give us an extreme amount of stoppage time here.
Illich. Suggs has to get it clear, and Ramirez was just standing there. He needs to make that run down the line. Instead, it's easy for Greer. 1-0 in favor of the Blues inside these final 5 minutes. A goal from Christopher Ramirez off of a breakdown in the Switchbacks back line. And Ramirez handed a gift, and he took full advantage. Mark Serber alongside Brad Paul here on YouTube. And a reminder that all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Argueta. He'll have a big cheering section here, of course, being just 20 minutes down the 405.
Post your pictures on social media and hashtag OCBs for a chance
One
to
thing
win
that FC has really excelled in is when they play those balls from the back, the flick-ons from Seth to the forwards is something that the Blues are going to have to be weary of in the second half, because they're being already successful of it now, and they can use that to their advantage. They are good at those quick little flicks, and as we know, they like to counterattack with 2-3 guys. So it'll be something that the OC Blues will have to be aware of, knowing now that they have that 1-goal lead.
Little flick on, but nobody making the run, and it's easy for Gork in the end. 43rd minute. Ramirez's goal, the difference between the two sides. Orange County have the lead. Switchbacks FC. Each coach tonight. Into the channel, and as Vercolone continues to drive the traffic in the midfield, he has been much more present than Crittenden County Blues.
In very early when the Blues were controlling this game to start, but Switchbacks FC has definitely settled into this one, even though they have given up that easy mistake goal to Christopher Ramirez. And a Blues player is down, asking for Pepe to throw it out, but the ref's going to blow this one.
And it looks to me like it is Crittenden. And then Crittenden got up, and he's asking for a sub to be made as he's handed the captain's armband off to Suggs. And it looks like Crittenden's going to walk off. And so Crittenden says his night is done, and the Blues have to prepare a first substitution before halftime.
And it could be some of the reason why Vercolone is the one that's been more present in the midfield, and Crittenden appears to be a injury to Crittenden, because he would never take himself off the field, especially in the 44th minute.
And that's a shame, because Crittenden, well, as they would say in Zoolander, Crittenden, he's so hot right now, Crittenden. But right now he is out of the game, injured. Had 3 goals and an assist in his last 4 games, I believe. And that absolute scorcher, the game winner against Portland Timbers too. As we await confirmation of the substitution.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution in the 44th minute for the Orange County Blues FC. Leaving the game is number 21, BDA Crittenden. Entering the game is number 19, Jacob Barron.
And it's Jacob Barron who replaces Crittenden, and that's not a bad ball in. Cleared away by J.J. Greer.
And probably not a substitute or substitution that Coach Oliver Wiese wanted to make in this game with 1 minute left here in the first half. But nonetheless, He makes a good substitution with Barone. Try to keep that midfield present and stay defensive while keeping possession.
Just over the head of Ramirez. Orange County Blues would like to take a moment to thank our presenting sponsor, Sports One Marketing. Sports One Marketing is a sports and entertainment marketing firm that maximizes the value of its clients by cultivating unique and lucrative business opportunities for corporate brands, elite and legendary athletes and coaches, and our strategic partners. Looking for a strategic attack here is Burt. It didn't seem too planned out, but it almost worked for him. Ramirez running about 1-on-7. Now more blue jerseys join him. Kim.
And we've actually hit first half stoppage time now.
Hearing 4 minutes will be added from the peanut gallery, but we're not always right up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has announced there will be 4 minutes of stoppage time
Hey.
in the first half.
We are.
Every nut finds a squirrel, huh?
Luca, a bit ambitious. Robinson's been ever present in the first half. Working against Illich. Poor ball easily intercepted by Barone. Kim. Turns into space.
Blues doing a good job with possession, but they got to get more space between them. They can't be making these passes in this little tiny area, as Ramirez has to play this back because they're not wide enough.
Trying to chase down the far side. Hit off the corner flag and will be a throw-in instead of a corner kick.
But I think we might see one of those Jimmy Turner throw-ins that's almost as good as a corner kick right here.
Well, the last one was a line drive that he sent into the box. You think this one might need a little bit more arc on it? As we'll look at the trajectory of this throw-in. Only 4 players waiting in the box for the Blues and looking for the flick on. The first one is there, the diving header from Ramirez. And something still might be on for Kim, but able to get it away is Switchbacks FC. And then a very hopeful effort coming from Suggs.
Well, Ramirez got his head to that one, and as he was falling to the ground, able to put a foot or a leg on it to keep it in the box. Kim almost coming up the recipient of that one, but that's going to do it for first half time.
At the end of the first half, it's the Orange County Blues 1 and Switchbacks FC 0. Switchbacks FC, the better team through the first 45 minutes, but one moment of madness along the back line, and Christopher Ramirez takes full advantage, and good teams always take advantage, even when they're not playing well, and the Blues have the 1-0 lead. We're going to step aside here, but a reminder to stay with us as Brad Paul, Justin Maestas will be with you here at halftime, and we have a new episode of Orange County Blues TV. So stay with us here on the Orange County Blues YouTube channel. At halftime, it's the Orange County Blues 1, Switchbacks FC 0.
Guys, Anteater Stadium for the game against Tulsa. Thanks for watching Blues TV. We'll see you next time. Hey everyone, welcome to Blues TV. I'm Darby Brown, and today we're going to get you caught up with what's been going on with Orange County's very own professional soccer team. The Blues had their first round of away games the past few weeks. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Center field. Bowman. Esslager looks to go at it again. Crossing, bobbing, weaving. A header! Slots it in. The far post, a beautiful cross and finish as Orange County Blues strike first here in the 22nd. And Kovar, nice tap away. Rossi trying to feed Jones. Jones, a good look. The referee blowing this one dead. Looking to get something going on the offensive end as Kovar sends it in. Header can't go, retained possession. It's Garza!
Wow!
Garza! What's the call? The referee signaling. Garza got it! Garza got it! The equalizer! Off the post and to the back of the net is Sam Garza, fresh off the hamstring injury. Welcome back, Sam Garza, after a 3-week absence. Sam Garza, his presence being felt tonight. That's a nice run here, showing some speed. Challenged hard. Referee
And that's a
signaling.
PK. That is Olex Anderson coming on as a sub and making an impact right there, getting a PK for S2 in the 82nd minute. As we got the replay coming in here, you see Olex Anderson beating a defender, beating two, and then just getting his legs taken out from underneath him. That's going to be costly for OC.
It's Rossi, the specialist, hoping to make this a 2-1 game. Here in the 83rd, Rossi approaches, fires, greets the back of the net with a right-footed screamer. 2-1, S2 lead. Create some space to feed to potentially Frano or Anderson, but he could not, and now OC stunned here at Starfire as S2 caps the OC Blues by a score of 2-1. The final whistle blown, and a conclusion to a great match here at Starfire.
Timbers 2 is back in the Rose City. After a month on the road, T2 returns to Portland, but not Merlot Field. Providence Park is the venue as T2 makes its debut on the senior side's pitch. The starting 11 for T2 tonight again features 7 players, normally with the Portland Timbers first team. For OC Blues, a few switches actually from their match on Friday night against Seattle Sounders 2. Dynamic vertical attacking. Tough to attack in that manner today. Cretinan from distance! What a goal from Didier Cretinan! And OC Blues, a 1-0 lead. Not really anything Andrew Weber could do about that. Kim Sung-ju coming forward, slots through. Slaughter an opportunity. Weber got a hand to it, but it's 2-0. Denzel Slaughter from Kim Sung-ju, and Orange County has come into Providence Park and taken a 2-0 lead in the first 34 minutes. 2-0, Orange County gets the win over Portland Timbers 2 tonight at Providence Park. Orange County moves to 4-2-0, 12 points, second place in the West.
Well, the Blues were back here in Orange County. They took on a unique form of cross-training. Some of the Blues participated in a ballet class at Pacific Dance right here in Irvine.
Hey guys, this is Blues Try Ballet.
Yes, perfect. Let's go with the position.
The Blues want to thank Miss Lori for having them in her class. If you want to hop in a class, Pacific Dance is located at 4880 Irvine Boulevard in Irvine, California. This week we sat down to go in depth with Nikola Illich, Pepe Miranda, and Amani Walker. Here's a little preview of the full profiles that will be released later in the week.
Hi, I'm Nikola Illich. I play center midfielder here at the OC Blues. So I did 2 years at Vanguard University and then decided to take a break from school and do some tryouts over in Europe for a couple of years. So kind of traveled around and was on trial at a couple different places. Things ended up not working out, so came back to the States. And then I participated in the Open Cup, or the Open tryout, here at the Blues, and Coach Oliver ended up picking me out of that group. It was a confidence boost because I don't know the exact number, but there was like 80 or 90 people out there, so to be one of two to be called back was nice. I was definitely nervous. I don't know if a lot of the guys remember, but Coach Braden was asking if I was ready, and I started yelling. And I was just like really excited, and yeah, it was weird to see like my friends and family out in the stands. And it was kind of funny to see like my big face out there as well, the poster. It was pretty funny. I heard people cheering my name, and then I look out in the crowd and I just see my face just staring back at me. So I didn't know they were gonna do it, but it looks like something that my friend did.
My name is Jose Manuel Miranda. I'm playing goalkeeper. Yeah, I'm from Cuba. And as you guys know, I don't know if you guys know, it's a big island. I am from a small island up in the north in Cuba. It's a small population. People used to practice surfing, kite surfing, all different sports in water. So I used to be a swimmer. So for some reason I started playing soccer. I remember my school. They used to have a team, and one day they had a game, and the goalkeeper didn't show up. So when we used to play baseball, I always dive, for the ball. I was kind of crazy diving all the time to catch the ball. So they were like, "Oh, Pepe, you can play goalkeeper. You know how to dive, so I think you're gonna do it good." And I played good. I remember a few saves that I had in the game, and since then, they put me as a goalkeeper. We came here to Tampa, Florida, to play a tournament. We played the first game against USA, and after the game, me and another 4 guys, we had a plan, and we decided to leave the team. We decided to defect. When we got to the hotel, it was a DoubleTree hotel in Tampa. We checked the doors. You know what I mean? The door that behind the door was a parking lot. So we made sure that behind that door was the parking lot. So there was a person waiting for us. So we decided that door is the correct one. We called that person, we told him, "Hey, you need to be there at this time, and we're gonna get out through that door. So we need you to be there exactly at that time." And he was there, he picked us up, and from there we drove to West Palm Beach. It's a small town, like 40 minutes away from Miami. And that was it. My first day in the United States, I remember I got to his house at 4 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at 6. I wanted to see everything. Everything was nice. You know what I mean? Like, everything was clean, super different than my country, So I enjoyed my first few days here. I was nervous because everything was different. We go to the bank, we don't know what to do. We go to the subway, we didn't even know how to order a hamburger, so it was different.
Amani Walker, forward. So I was born in San Diego, California. I grew up there and lived in a small community called Linda Vista for all my life. My parents would still have a house there. And I went to public school there, and then I ended up going to private school for middle school and high school, trying to get out of kind of the community because the schooling wasn't that great. I had the opportunity to go to 2 very good private schools, and I graduated from there. Played club soccer at Surf, San Monique, played that, and got a scholarship to go to college at UC Irvine, so I'm local in that sense. And after that, I moved on to my professional career. So it's nice. I mean, you know the field, you know the stadium, you know the field, the locker rooms, the way it smells, everything. So it's nice to kind of have that level of comfort going into every game. I like basketball, I like soccer. Obviously, I played football. I played golf even in high school. So I loved all sports, but soccer always had that certain draw to it that I enjoyed. My father's Jamaican, so the day I learned how to walk was at one of his soccer games that he was playing in San Diego. And I'm pretty sure I didn't really have a choice after that. Like, I was playing soccer no matter what.
The Blues will take on Tulsa Roughneck FC this Saturday at Anteater Stadium. We stopped by practice to hear what Josh Suggs had to say about the upcoming match.
We expect to see a team that'll fight. We know that they're kind of in the middle of the pack and they're working their way up, so we expect the team to come out and definitely give us a game. We've been working on our defensive shape, definitely countering and just being composed and organized throughout the whole 90 minutes. I feel like we found a way to be successful, and we just got to keep that going.
We hope to see you this Saturday at 7 p.m. at UCI's Anteater Stadium for the game against Tulsa. Thanks for watching Blues TV. We'll see you next time.
Switchback and Switchbacks FC are in a 1-0 battle with the Blues up 1-0 off of a Ramirez 38th minute goal. And I mean, even though the Blues are leading, wouldn't you say that the Switchbacks have had more control of this game?
Yeah, they looked a little shaky in the first 6-7 minutes. It was all OC Blues with that possession, but ever since then, Switchbacks kind of settled down, and they've really been the ones taking it to the OC Blues. But a mistake by the Switchbacks FC back line, and somebody of Christopher Ramirez's talent, he's going to put that home and give them the lead every single time. So he did a great little feint around the defender, had Gorick right in front of him, slotted it beautifully to the right side. Easy goal, easy 1-0 lead for the OC Blues.
Christopher Ramirez now has 4 goals here on the season, now has a team lead in goals after almost getting a hat trick his last time here at home. And so he's been doing well at home, I guess you can say. 3 corners here for the Switchbacks, 2 for the Blues, 4 shots for Switchbacks, 2 for the Blues. And one worry, I guess you can say, for the Blues, even though they have the lead and Switchback have controlled this game, the captain, Didier Crittenden. I mean, how important is he in the second half now that he's off the field?
Well, they put in Jacob Barone for Crittenden, but I'm sure that substitution was not something that Oliver Beast wanted to do in the 44th minute, especially when Crittenden took himself off. That is something that Crittenden would never do. So we'll have to wait to get word and confirmation on the injury or what was apparent with Crittenden. But the Switchbacks, they had an opportunity late there in the first half. Seth had a header, hit it way over Pepe Miranda, but Pepe Miranda so far, save of the night early on. Robinson almost was on the end of that one and gave Switchbacks an early 1-0 lead, so we'll see how this second half pans out.
Well, let's see how the Blues do here in the second half, if they can preserve the 1-0 lead and leave here with 3 points. And now, Mark Serber, Brad Call with the second half call.
Thank you, Justin. The Blues, Brad, looked very lethargic in the first half. They really need to pick up this energy if they're going to preserve this lead here in the second.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Oliver Beast did with little minor adjustments, knowing they got the lead and knowing that Slogger has basically been shut down by Bejarano.
Final 45 minutes underway from the campus of UC Irvine. And an update for Switchbacks fans, beg your pardon, is that the BYU Cougars and Harpos FC are tied 0-0 in the 90th minute. The winner of that game will be the Switchbacks opponent next Wednesday in the U.S. Open Cup. And for the Blues, their opponent all but confirmed. Still time to go, but PSA Elite is beating Golden State Misioneros 4-1. And that means that the Blues will have to travel for round 2 of the U.S. Open Cup and play PSA Elite over in East L.A.
Well, they'll still be here in California, but traveling is never good. But U.S. Open Cup, looking to go very far in that. Games within the games, competitions within the competitions. So
The Orange County Blues would like to thank Sports One Marketing, a Water and Moon enterprise, as the presenting partner of the Blues.
Slogger, missed touch from him. As once again, the Blues really haven't found their stride, not only in terms of their energy, their passing's been all right, but their touches tonight, Brad, just have not been as confident as they usually are.
Well, they get a good job of winning the ball in the midfield. a little shaky at times.
Kim is chasing. Barone on the double. Kim wins it, and the referee plays advantage. Slogger looking to use that speed. And hunting in packs once again are the switchbacks. That ball went out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Orange County Blues. Blues starting a stretch of 3 games in 8 days. They'll be back here at UC Irvine on Saturday night to face off against the Tulsa Roughnecks. And then we'll travel to face the PSA Elite in round 2 of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Lovely touch from Slogger. Kim into the channel, cutting inside, and that's good balance and cover defending from Switchbacks FC, but at the expense of the 3rd corner kick of the game for the Blues, first of the second half.
And now we're all tied up. Corner kicks here, 3 and 3 apiece. Seems that this near side has been getting a lot of action here tonight, going both directions here in the first half for the Switchbacks, and now OC Blues here to start the second.
Fun for me, Brad. For us, I can actually see this near side. This one will be an outswinger from the 19-year-old Kim. South Korean, that's not a bad ball in. Ramirez got his head to it. And this one still walking the tightrope along the end line and kept in the corner. Fighting for it. No foul given. Goal kick in the end.
Unfortunate for Slogger, shielding that ball beautifully in the corner, but Switchbacks FC defender able to push through. And as you talked about, being on the far side, don't have my binoculars here, so couldn't see the name.
It was Robinson, who's covered all 120 yards of the flank tonight. Both teams after their away games, and of course Switchbacks FC still away, but they said they were excited to come here and play on this field, not only because it's natural grass, but because it's very wide, which suits both teams' style. Great touch from Vercoloni, stabbing it out wide. Bejarano getting forward. And Griffiths strong in the challenge, but not in the clearance.
OC Blues FC season seats are now available for only $120 and include a free scarf.
Blues last year, just 5 wins at home, looking for their 3rd already this season tonight. As here comes the long throw in from the Colombian. Looking for the flick on from Seth. Turner climbed higher. Bejarano, good ball in, header to the back post. Skipped off 2 heads, and it's going to be a goal kick. Well, the assistant referee on the far side, Jesus Sosa, signaled for a goal kick, and then the center referee, Robert Safaris, said, nope, it's a corner. And when you're the man in the middle, you have that kind of power.
Well, I did see the second touch, but it looked to me off of Switchbacks FC's head, but nonetheless, corner kick here.
A great touch on, flicked in! And the question is, was it J.J. Greer's goal or did King get a touch? It doesn't matter. The Switchbacks are equal in the 50th minute.
And it looks like it was Greer. The touch by King was missed, but almost set a shield up in front of Pepe Miranda. Kind of like in hockey, just standing right in front of the netminder there, and Greer is going to knock this one up. One apiece here in the 50th minute.
Game on. As until today, Colorado had only scored 3 of their 10 goals in the second half. Well, they have one here, and it's 1-1 at Anteater Stadium. The Blues really have to pick it up.
Whatever it was that Tritschu told his players at halftime seemed to work, as they've come out the better team here to start in this first 5 minutes and taken one back.
Illich stabs it out wide. Suggs dispossessed. He has a long run back. King playing as that target forward. Keeps possession. Switchbacks looking to hit on the break. Long ball seeking King. Or Robinson, rather.
Ladies and gentlemen, double to goal by Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
The referee says play on.
50th minute. Scored by number 18, Aaron King.
And Aaron King did get the final touch.
So a little back heel for King. From up here at this spot, it looked like he might have missed that little flick on, but it was the push that put it past Pepe Miranda. And another shutout gone for Pepe Miranda. He already has 3 here on the season, but now all the OC Blues can worry about is getting that 1-goal lead again and preserving the win here at home.
So it's King's second goal. And to me, J.J. Greer kind of looked like a prize fighter at the end of a 12-round fight, trying to rally up the crowd, look like, I won, to see if he could get it, but the official scorers say otherwise. Nevertheless, they won't mind as they're level and looking for more. Switchbacks have come into California and have looked to make it so far. Their home ground, they look like the team that's more willing to get forward. Turner trying to change that, looking for the run of Ramirez. As for the first time, the Switchback side were a little bit stretched, but it's still 1 against 4 in the back. Is the organization excellent from Trichu's side?
And it seems that long layoff of 10 days, able to keep those legs pumping, even being down a goal, never giving up. And they've clawed their way back here early to start the second half. It'll be interesting to see what type of on-field corrections the OC Blues can do. And dangerous kick right there. Going to be OC Blues going the other way.
Barone playing that quickly, about 10 yards from where the foul actually occurred. Kim doing well just to keep the ball there, but it allows more Switchbacks players to get forward. And then a hospital ball from Kim, and Seth coming in with the hard foul. But Kim really putting his own player into trouble there. Barone gets up a bit weakly. Barone looked to get up gingerly, but he's okay. And Slogger unable to chase it down yet again. Uncharacteristic first 54 minutes for Slogger.
And that would not be good if Barone were to get injured, as he was the one that came on for the suspected injury of DDA Crittenden. So you have some players on the bench that you can put in. You're allowed 5 subs here in USL, but to make a substitution at the same position within not even an hour mark, that would be very crucial to the game plan for the OC Blues. So better ball needed from Kim. Very skilled player, but sometimes little inexperience tries to do a little too much.
Well, Griffiths was beat, but somehow able to win the header, even though King was in front of him. And now Ramirez chasing down the long ball that will fall kindly into the arms of Gorick. '54th minute. Here on the campus of UC Irvine Anteater Stadium. And 5 minutes into the second half, Aaron King's back heel off of J.J. Greer's putback off the corner kick has leveled the game at 1 apiece. And this is a great run from the captain, Vercolone. Looking for his 4th assist of the season, Vercolone, but dispossessed.
I got it. Ball under his feet there. Maybe should have hit that with the left foot. Tries to bring it back to the right, but nonetheless, Switchbacks regain possession and throw it in the middle.
Oh, and a very heavy double challenge right there. Referee could have played advantage, but I think he just wants to make sure that everybody's okay. And the first yellow card of the game is administered. Believe it's Robinson who's the first player to go into Sarfraz's book tonight.
That'll be in the 55th minute there, for those of you keeping score at home. Luckily to see no player hurt there on that yellow card, but referee's done a good job keeping players calm, not getting heated tonight.
Colorado Springs Switchbacks, number 11, Saeed Robinson.
Blues getting numbers forward. Switchbacks getting numbers back and almost winning the ball. Space to attack down the wing. And the challenge just enough to put it out wide. Good job to keep that ball in, and safety first, but at the expense of a corner kick. Second of the half for the Orange County Blues, who will look to give the Switchbacks a taste of their own medicine. Next up for the Switchbacks in USL play, another matchup this time at Sandy Creek Stadium, though, against Arizona United. That will be taking place on the 23rd. Free header! Blues are back in front. Ramirez at the double. I beg your pardon, that's Quentin Griffiths. The center back has stolen in, and he's given the Blues the lead in the 57th minute.
What a header by Brent Griffiths. He came through that 6-yard box unmarked. We had the perfect angle here. Upper 90, perfectly slotted place ball by Brenton Griffiths. When you are unmarked like that, you should be able to put that ball away past Gorick. And just like that, off a set play, something that Coach Oliver Vies talked about perfecting over this week of training. And there it is, proof right there. 2-1 OC Blues.
The man who started his professional career with the Colorado Rapids has scored his first goal in a Blues jersey, and it comes against the Colorado side. Flicked in, looking for the run of Slogger. Bejarano's been all over him tonight.
And if that's going to be the game-winning goal, head coach Tritschu for Switchbacks FC will not be happy knowing that just the lack of man marking could be their demise here tonight, as they've been in this game the whole time, dominating the possession, and especially early on here in the second half. But little mistakes. The first mistake, back line, trying to play with it a little too much. Gave up that easy goal to Christopher Ramirez, and now the inability to mark in your own box on a corner. Easy goal for Brenton Griffiths.
Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub, where you can talk about how Griffiths had the freedom of Irvine there to head home that second goal. And the Blues once again against the run of play, but they fought to keep it in. A clearance on a corner kick, to allow a corner kick when there was time to clear it away. Miscommunication in the back, once again haunting the Switchbacks.
I think initially the players had thought that Suggs had hit it out and didn't save it, but you play to the whistle, and that turns out to be very beneficial for the OC Blues, earning that corner kick.
Well, it's put a spring in the Blues step, but it's still really Vercoloni who's dictating the pace of this game for Switchbacks FC. And Ramirez might be in trouble here for that heavy foul. And Safara is coming over to have a word with him.
Ramirez plays very hard. I don't think there was any ill intention on that challenge. He's just hustling, as he knows now the OC Blues have the lead, and he could put this game away. He could put another one in the back of the net, as we have now approached the 60th minute. We are at the hour mark. 2-1 lead for the OC Blues.
Seth has just been flying all over tonight. I love the way the former Riverhounds man plays. 5 seasons in his native Pittsburgh, Mike Seth, and forever written into Switchbacks FC history as the first ever goal scorer. But he missed a chance tonight that could have changed the complexion of this game, as right after he missed his, Ramirez scored down at the other end. However, the ball was up high, and to be fair, it's very hard to get up and put that down. If you watch the Real Madrid game today, Gareth Bale had the exact same problem.
Especially with the way that Seth's been hopping around here. How much spring does he have in his step?
Kim trying to find Slogger. Instead, he has to switch sides. Luca. Turner getting his 4th straight start after not seeing the field in the first 2 games of the season. Playing in place of the injured Jack McCracken Turner, and he's doing well.
Great presence by Griffiths there.
As we're in the 61st minute, Brad, and one thing Coach Vies really emphasized to us is that to beat a team that does well to get numbers behind the ball is you have to have a lot of movement, and we'll get back to that in a second as Kim dispossesses Bejarano, plays it off for Ramirez. Ramirez still going, and Ramirez will win a corner kick. And other than moments where they're taking advantage on mistakes along the Switchbacks FC back line, are they moving the ball quickly enough? Are they getting it from side to side? And is the movement off the ball good enough?
They had that in the first half with Crittenden on the pitch, but now, I mean, they are getting that possession, but it's not as quick. They're not really switching it as fast as Coach Oliver Vies would want. However, after that second goal, definitely some spring in the OC Blues
Kim
step.
plays it in short, and it was flicked on by Luca. Back out to Kim, another bite of the cherry. It's a better cross. And I think it was this time Griffiths who got his head on it, but was unable to direct it goalward. And cleared to Turner.
Most importantly, Coach Weiss wants the players to not get away from their game plan and play within their system, which is what they're doing right here, getting possession, starting from the back, playing through the midfield, as we see now Barone with the ball, moving it to Slogger here on the outside, keeping that possession. It's exactly what they want to do, and if they win by playing their style, Coach Weiss cannot be disappointed. And also, when you're a team that's on a roll and you take advantage of other teams' mistakes, you will always be on that winning side and get those 3 points.
Seth Gonzalez has been very busy in front of Vercolone in midfield. Sprayed out to the far side. Argueta getting his first start after 5 substitute appearances for Switchbacks FC. Space on the far side. Turner did just enough. And he wins the foot race to the ball with Seth and tried to keep it from going out of bounds. But instead it'll be a long throw for Bejarano. This time he plays it short, but it was a long throw anyways because he was about 10 yards from the line. Miscue from Griffiths, but it's just enough to clear it out. Another long throw for Bejarano.
Those are the moments that'll make you chuckle. All depends on the confines of your field. So from the track, here's Bejarano.
And a good job to front and back Smith, and the Blues are able to get it clear. Only as far as Hunter. Houston Dynamo Loney gets it out wide. Played forward looking for Robinson. And this time Robinson unable to win the corner kick, much to his chagrin. Robinson's been one of the best players for Switchbacks FC tonight. And he won't be happy to know that his Golden State Misioneros side are 8 minutes away from being eliminated in the first round of the U.S. Open Cup. PSA Elite have a 5-1 lead over the Glendora side. Meanwhile, Switchbacks FC fans will be interested to know that it's the 105th minute between BYU and Harpos FC as they await their opponent on Wednesday night in round 2 of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup before returning to USL action against Arizona United on May 23rd. As that's a good ball in the box, but nobody's home.
And it's going to be Switchbacks. I thought Kim did a great job shielding there. But sure enough, here comes Robinson down that right side. As you said, Mark, all 120 yards of this field. He's been everywhere.
Oh, and what a goal that would have been. Ball in, played behind King. Did a good job to contort his body and get good contact on it, but wide of Pepe Miranda's goal in the end. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. '65th minute, Pepe Miranda will milk the clock with a 2-1 lead for the Blues, who aren't playing well, but they've taken advantage of a young backline's mistakes. King had space to turn. That's a beautiful ball through. Flag stays down. And just a bit overcooked on the pass. And Pepe Miranda will shield it out of bounds for the goal kick. Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. Of course, you can follow USL at USL, the Orange County Blues at OC Blues FC, and Switchbacks FC at Switchbacks FC.
And don't forget, Soccer Server. Leave all your comments for tonight's commentary there. And I'm sure Mark will be happy to respond. That's at Soccer Server.
Gonzalez. Trying to weave his way through and somehow does. And Luca says he won all ball, but the ref disagrees. As it was tigerish work in the midfield by Seth to win the foul. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Do not give out my Twitter account again, Brad. Bejarano to float this one in. The Blues playing a very high line. And Turner able to head the ball away. Solid game he's having. It's been an interesting battle. More on the other side, though, between Suggs and Robinson. Beto Navarro with an assured clearance. Kim smartly lets the ball run into space. Slogger making the overlapping run. Kim does well to find him. Now Slogger one-on-one against Hunter. That's a good ball to the back post, but Illich arriving just a second too late and unable to save it, as it'll be a throw-in for Switchbacks FC. But that's what happens when Slogger gets going. Great intuition by Kim, though, to know that if he let that ball run, he would get past this man and open up that space for Slogger.
And it was the great job by Kim to bring that ball inside to give Slogger that room and space to run free, as we know he has the speed. Great job by the youngster, Sungju Kim.
Now it's the Blues getting caught on the counter, doing just enough, conceding a corner kick.
World Travel is the official travel partner of the Aussie Blues.
Fifth of the game for the Switchbacks.
Now we've seen in the run of play the Switchbacks FC get a chance in the air with Mike Seth, but let's see if they can get an opportunity here on this set piece.
And
the Blues do have a chance to get back and mark up, though, so we shall see if this one gets played long or short.
Well, both teams have conceded from a corner as Coach Trichu flicks the switch on his first substitution of the evening. It was Argueta coming out. Oh, and Greer had a chance. Hint of handball, perhaps. Play goes on. And the question is, will that be a foul at the top of the box? And the referee just says goal kick. Not too much complaining, though, from the Switchbacks. As Mabin comes in, the 23-year-old out of Northern Ireland, has 1 goal on the season. The rookie out of Regis University was at one point the MAC Player of the Year.
For Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
The Regis University Rangers.
Miguel Gonzalez. Coming into the game is number 9, Martin Mabin.
Makes me think of Texas Rangers. I don't know why. Just does. Maybe the New York Rangers. It's playoff time.
All the focus apparently not on USL here, but it's 2-1 in favor of the Blues in the 70th minute. 20 minutes to hold on against the side that has played better against them, but has been paid for a bit of naivety at the back. Perhaps we're being a bit tough on the Blues, but we've seen them play comprehensively. And one thing head coach Oliver V said was, as you alluded to at the beginning of the game, Brad, they were brilliant in the first half against Seattle and Portland and terrible in the second half. He wants a full 90 minutes. I don't know if he'll get it here, but he'll be happy to close out the final 20 minutes plus change tonight and get out of here at the 3 points against a Switchback side that has made things very tough for them. Slogger. He's been frustrated tonight, Slogger. Has to give it back to Turner. Turner thought about the early cross and thought better. And a great ball in from the former Coventry City man. Still chasing it, Slogger. And Hunter wearing the old school all black cleats with the clearance. And a lot of holding on both sides. And so the official says play on. And now the Blues are starting to witness some space. Kim. He's played on both sides of that midfield diamond tonight for the Blues. Now he's popped up in the center. Looking to combine. Space on the outside. Robinson recovers quickly. Good cut inside. And the shot to the far post. Gorick had it covered all the way.
And the thing that we can see here as the Blues have really kind of propelled after giving up that early first half goal is Coach Oliver Wiese likes to play with familiarity. These players have all been on the pitch at one point or another this season, and he believes that the continuity of keeping that familiarity within the team is what can propel them to only grow and get better, as we are still early on into this young USL season. But so far, gotta like what you see. Different team from last year.
It's a team last year that used 40 different players and 5 different goalkeepers. So continuity was certainly a buzzword around the front office, especially when Wies was hired. A new team for the Blues, a whole new franchise for Switchbacks FC, and they've started well, 3-3 heading into tonight and dominating for large portions of this game. As both teams starting to wilt just a bit, and Wies loves stretching teams. He loves when his players play into the pockets once a team has been stretched, and that will certainly happen as the game goes deeper and deeper, and Switchbacks FC have to look for the equalizer. Poor touch from Luca. Beto Navarro was aware, though. Ramirez chasing in the corner, forces the clearance.
And as we approach the 73rd minute here, Mark, it'll be interesting to see if Switchbacks FC go for broke to try and tie this game up, and if the OC Blues will sit back and be content with preserving this lead, or will they keep playing within their system and try to find another one.
Mabin running on fresh legs. Got past first base and Barone, but couldn't get by Turner. Kim. Turner did well to step inside, but gives it right back in the midfield. Luca was alert. Ramirez has 3 players with yellow boots to find. Finds them in the form of Barone. Slogger. Bejarano keeping a watchful eye on him, forcing it back to Turner. Good shielding from the former Walwick and Coventry City man. Told us today that despite what some of the pages say about him, he never played for Curaçao. And if he can get into a national fold, even though Curaçao has called him and asked him to play in World Cup qualifiers, he wants to keep himself open for the Dutch national team.
That would be scary to see him playing alongside Aaron Robin.
Just 21 despite making his professional debut all the way back in 2012. And a shameless plug perhaps, but there are interviews on USL Soccer Radio, or USL Radio I believe it is, with Coach Wies, Slogger, and Barry Venison as well, the assistant coach for the Orange County Blues, who was the youngest player, if ever, to lead a side out at Wembley when at 20 years and 228 days, he led Sunderland out in the League Cup final as the yellow card has been administered. And it will be Kim is the first Blues player to go into the referee's book.
Ladies and gentlemen, yellow card caution has been issued by the referee in the 75th minute to OC Blues number 22, Christopher Ramirez.
Actually going to be Ramirez. I believe it was the swinging of the elbow there on that 50-50 ball. So he's found himself on the score sheet and the booking sheet.
I apologize. Once Ramirez had walked away from the vicinity as the yellow card came out, and Kim was walking next to him. Nevertheless, Robinson and Ramirez, the only 2 players in the book tonight, in what has been a relatively clean game. Orange County Blues clinging on to a 2-1 lead inside the final 15 minutes at UC Irvine.
Bejarano really hasn't been able to do anything offensively tonight, as he's been given the task of keeping Slogger bottled up, and he's been doing a good job of that. But will he push forward, being down here only 15 minutes plus stoppage time? They could really use him on this near side, but they have to be wary of that counterattack with Slogger's speed.
And that ball, I can tell you, was looking for Slogger. Slogger was out wide, though. Bejarano was on the inside. King is looking for the inside track. Maybid did well to keep it in. 21-year-old Hunter gets it away from his opposite number. And Greer, who had the assist on the goal for King. Great ball into the channel from Maben. And this is good interpassing, but good defending as well as Lucas stepped in to make the crucial intervention. Bejarano in the 77th minute. Switchbacks FC looking for the leveler. Ramirez opened the scoring in the first half as the two center backs somehow contrived to give the ball to Ramirez. He found the back of the net. However, King answered from a corner kick in the 55th minute, or excuse me, in the 50th minute, but 7 minutes later, Griffiths was left wide open on a corner kick for the OC Blues, and he headed it into an empty net.
And there is just way too much space here for the Switchbacks to operate.
Griffiths getting over slowly and having to make a dangerous tackle was Barone. And Barone's limping a little bit. And it will be another corner kick for Vercoloni, 6th of the game for the Switchbacks.
OC Blues getting a little lackadaisical in their marking in the back here. Switchbacks plenty of space to operate, and now they've garnered a great opportunity.
The Switchbacks already have one goal from a corner kick. Not a bad ball played in deep, but getting up to win the header was Griffiths. Getting it done at both ends on corner kicks. Quentin Griffiths, former Colorado Rapid. Brenton Griffiths, beg your pardon. The center back who's played every minute so far this season for the Orange County Blues. And that's a good flick on and a good block from Turner. And now Ramirez, his job has just got to be to relieve the pressure. And he does just that. Turner flighting it forward for Ramirez. Well off his line is Gorick, and it pays off.
It appeared to be Slogger using his speed to get ahead there. Just over the outstretched boot of Slogger and into the hands of Gorick. As we approach the 79th minute, I believe subs shall be on their way to get some fresh legs out there, as both these teams have been battling here, and it's only a one-goal game. OC Blues with the advantage, but the way Vercoloni's been playing, he could very easily tie this one up.
Terrible ball back again. Ramirez looking to take advantage. Skips by one man and fires it in. 2-goal cushion for the Blues. 2 goals for Ramirez off of 2 mistakes from the Switchbacks back line. And in the 80th minute, the Blues are up 3-1.
And that might just be the goal that seals the deal for tonight. Christopher Ramirez, great job to pick his head up after he gets some space about 20 yards out. Looks up, finds where Gorick is. Couldn't have put it in a better position. Low, hard, and right past Gorick's outstretched hand. And that might do it here for the OC Blues. And it seems to give them all 3 points. I don't want to speak too early. There's still a lot of soccer to be played, 10 minutes. But great, expert job by Christopher Ramirez.
Ramirez has been given gifts, and he has unwrapped them quite beautifully in the 38th and 80th minute. The all-time leading scorer on loan from Atletico Marte already has his second multi-goal game for the Orange County Blues in just 7 games since joining on loan from the El Salvadorian club.
I believe that brings his total to 6 now on the season. And those are the type of mistakes. Excuse me, that's 5 goals now on the season for Ramirez, but those are the type of mistakes that Tritshu and the Switchbacks FC coaching staff are trying to eliminate with this early, young, inexperienced team. And as the season progresses, they will not make those mistakes because a veteran like Ramirez will put it away every single time.
Turner, he's going to say Maven took a stamp on him, and if he did, that has to be a card. And
some Switchbacks FC fans not happy with Turner. yelling at him to get up, but looked to be a pretty hard challenge there.
Bejarano and Vercolone coming over and saying, hey, he's close enough to the sideline, just have him roll off and let's get going. But if that is in fact a stamp, and I'm not going to say it was one way or another, but if it was, then a card has to come out because you cannot go studs up. Mabin saying he didn't, and he might be right. Turner is not a player to go down, though. We know him from his 3 years with the Orange County Blues. He wouldn't fake something like that. And so surprised that Mabin isn't the third player to go into the referee's book.
Just a talking to here, and Mabin escapes with that one. Card free.
And now we will have a substitution. And I think it's Slogger who's coming off.
For Amani Walker, the UC Irvine native here.
Amani Walker coming in for his 5th substitute appearance of the season. Iced the game against the Vancouver Whitecaps FC. Or WFC2 as we should call them. In order to get the first win of the season for the Orange County Blues.
Leaving the game is number 25, Jordan Burt. Coming into the game is number 7, Nate Robinson.
Burt has come out, and the 2013 then USL Pro Rookie of the Year, Jordan Burt, or Nate Robinson has come in for Jordan Burt. Robinson joining after 2 seasons with the Richmond Kickers. Rookie of the Year his first season, getting his 3rd appearance for Switchbacks FC. So 1 substitution per each side on that exchange as we're inside the final 7 minutes of normal time. Long ball looking for Walker, skips all the way through to Gorick.
And a substitution by Weiss is with Walker to get a little bit of fresh legs up top to keep the pressure on. And still with substitutions in his back pocket, I suspect maybe one more defensive substitution for the OC Blues, not only to shore up that back, but also waste a little bit of time.
Hunter smacks it clear. Griffiths will let this one roll out for a goal kick in the 85th minute. And now there's another player down for the Blues, and it's Ramirez holding his face.
Your attention, please. Tonight's winner of the MLS 5-pack.
And Sarfaraz is sprinting over to the assistant referee on this near side to see whether or not there was an elbow. And now Bejarano is coming over and saying, hey, if you're going to give me a call for an elbow, what about the elbows Ramirez has been throwing all night?
So Ramirez has his hand on his lower back and gets up and takes a peek at Bejarano.
And now Bejarano, is he just going to get a talking to? And I think Sarfaraz is doing a good job, if he doesn't take out a card, just saying, hey, I know the elbows are going both ways, so just calm down, don't fall into the trap. And now Ramirez will be spoken to as well. As Jesus Sosa, the assistant referee on this near side, doing a good job to speak.
And Ramirez already in the books with a yellow card, has to make sure to not lose his cool and retaliate, as he could be suspect to another yellow, and 2 yellows equal a red card.
And you could see there the hesitation from Ramirez as he went in for that header. Bejarano winning it by miles. Now dispossessed is Beto Navarro. And the Switchbacks turn to see if they can punish an Orange County Blues mistake. Still might be something on here for the Switchbacks. Tremendous defending on the far side by the Blues, as Suggs not only won that ball, but somehow kept it from going out for a corner kick.
Post your pictures to social media and hashtag OCB.
Inside the final 5 minutes here at Anteater Stadium, 3-1 the Orange County Blues lead over Switchbacks FC. Mark Serber alongside Brad Paul looking to take you the rest of the way as the Blues trying to see out this match. And of course, all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. And we'd like to thank all the Trailheads for tuning in tonight, and everyone around the world, wherever you may be, for watching us on the Orange County Blues and USL and Switchbacks FC YouTube pages.
It's 674 fans.
And I don't know if you noticed this,
Blues,
Mark, but
the USL,
when
thank
that
you
ball
for
went
your
out
support.
earlier on that last possession, did you see the touch by Woldy Harris there on the sideline?
Still got it.
Maybe he should suit up.
Stepping in and heading it away is J.J. Greer. The Orange County Blues would like to take a moment to thank our presenting sponsor, Sports One Marketing. Sports One Marketing is a sports and entertainment marketing firm that maximizes the value of its clients by cultivating unique and lucrative business opportunities for corporate brands, elite and legendary athletes and coaches, and our strategic partners. And a throw in deep in the corner for the Blues.
And time of the essence here for Switchbacks FC. As they are down 2 goals now. OC Blues will just look to gain possession and throw the ball into the corner. As they do that right here with Amani Walker, as he's just going to try and hold things up. Fancy footwork by Kim there, but can't get past 2 Switchbacks defenders. But given right back.
Seth won the first ball. Robinson still fighting down that far side. Vercoloni able to pick him out. And now with the field stretching out, it's space for Amani Walker working on Taylor Hunter. And Hunter's done a good job to not allow him to turn, but that's fine for Walker, as the Blues are just looking to bleed out this clock. 1.5 minutes left in regulation. Ramirez thought about the hat trick and then tried to slip it through for Amani Walker.
One thing I've noticed, I don't think we've had an offsides call all night tonight. With the speed of Slogger, it's very impressive.
Kim went for the quick snapshot. And good reaction save from Gorick. And the Blues have kept possession ever since scoring that 3rd goal. Broadcaster's curse. And the break could be on here for Switchbacks FC. That's a great run along the line from Mabin. Mabin looking to shoot, and punching it into the side netting was Miranda. Another corner kick, 7th of the game for the Switchbacks FC, and they have a chance to make it a nervy finale in the final 40 seconds.
Well, that was an interesting save there by Pepe Miranda. The fans here didn't know whether that was in the back of the net or not. They were waiting for players' reactions. Nonetheless, corner kick.
And the corner kick headed right to Miranda. Free header nonetheless. Just not enough trajectory as it was directed toward goal. Savable height and well positioned was Miranda.
And Pepe Miranda doing everything he can to take time off the clock. Just as long as he doesn't go get a sip of water, he'll stay out of the booking sheet.
So the Blues will go to 5-0-2 on the season and 3-0-1 at home. And we're using the European way of record keeping, where the second number in that category is ties. The Orange County Blues looking to ice the game as we've entered stoppage time. The flag stays down yet again, Brad. Kim, 19-year-old, loses out. And it'll be a chance for the Switchbacks to get forward.
So we are in stoppage time. I believe probably about 3 to 4 minutes here. No official word yet. But all but over, as the OC Blues will move to 3-4 here at home. And 5-2 on the season.
Miranda got up well. And another player down for the Blues. Blues trainers waiting to see whether or not they have to be waved on. This will add more time onto the clock. Want to give a special thank you to Switchbacks FC Media Director Amanda Smith, who's done an excellent job of helping us out and providing us with plenty of stats and information. Does an excellent job for Switchbacks FC. Make sure to check out their website and the OC Blues website as well. Luisa Del Cid and Jake Schwartz do an excellent job. Three minutes of stoppage time have been added. You have to think we're at least halfway through. And Miranda just clears it out. Anywhere will do for the Blues at the moment. Blues last year won just 5 games at home, and they're already on their way to winning their 3rd out of 4. Lost on opening day against Arizona United, as that will get the job done. And Brad, not the best performance for the Blues. However, really just 3 mistakes from Switchbacks FC, and good teams take advantage of mistakes, and good teams win games even when they're not at their best.
Well, you have to mark up on a corner kick. That is your opportunity to slow the game down and find an attacking player, and no coach will sleep easy at night knowing you gave up a wide open header on a corner kick. But other mistakes that the wily veteran Christopher Ramirez will take advantage of every time, and that's the marking of a good team, even when they aren't at their best, to be able to take advantage of the other team's mistakes.
Silky from Hunter to elude that challenge from Ramirez after a bit of a heavy touch. And Hunter gets it back. He's looking to play in the early cross, but this should be Miranda's ball. And as any good goalkeeper will do, will fall on it. And that will do it. The Orange County Blues, not at their best, but 3 goals equals 3 points against a very strong Switchbacks FC side. Ramirez opened the scoring in the 38th minute against the run of play, as the back line somehow gave the ball back to him. Ramirez showed great patience, sidestepped this defender, and slammed it home. But then in the 50th minute, King equalized as the corner kick came in. It was cleared out only as far as Greer. He sent it back in, and King, with a back heel, helped it beyond Pepe Miranda. But then Griffiths getting open as the Blues giving Switchbacks FC a taste of their own medicine, and a wide open header for the center back, and he buried it. His first goal in a Blues jersey, and it's a crucial one as it becomes the game winner, and icing the match after a poor pass in midfield was Christopher Ramirez, and he put the game away 10 minutes from time. And with that mistake and that second goal for Ramirez, that's really when the sails went out, or the wind went out of the sails of Switchback FC, Brad.
Well, the young team, they made those little mistakes. They'll only get better with time. We saw how well they could play. They pretty much controlled that whole first half, minus those first 7-8 minutes of the game. But that's when Didier Critnan was in the game. Then Vercalone and the rest of the Switchbacks FC settled down and really controlled it. We know they can play. They have a very similar style. They like to do, of the OC Blues. They like to go on the counterattack a little bit more. But other than that, good battle for the Switchbacks. They eliminate those mistakes. They're going to be in a lot of ball games.
Speaking of ball games, Switchbacks FC now knows their opponent for the U.S. Open Cup second round match on Wednesday night, as they will play against Harpos FC, who beat the BYU Cougars 4-2 in a penalty shootout. The Orange County Blues, they have one more game in USL Pro to worry about as they face the Tulsa Roughnecks right back here at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. Brad, you and I will have the call alongside Justin Maestas, who's going to have some interviews for us in a second, so stay with us here on Orange County Blues FC TV. And then after the game against Tulsa, the Orange County Blues will turn their attention to the U.S. Open Cup, as on Wednesday they will face PSA Elite, who won 7-1 tonight against Golden State Misioneros, a PDL side that contains former MLS champion Paulo Cardozo, but somehow they lost their last game in PDL to the Orange County Blues U23, 3-1, I believe, and then lost this one 7-1. So Golden State not having their best start to a season, but the Blues are having a great start, 5-2, and games in hand over everybody ahead of them in the table.
Well, OC Blues doing a great start here in the USL. Now we'll turn their attention to that US Open Cup. So as long as they can stay focused with everything that they have ahead of them, Oliver Wiese has the makings of a great first season.
The first start of 3 games in 8 days goes the way of Orange County Blues. Next up, Tulsa in USL, and then PSA Elite in East LA for the second round of the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. And you want to advance because, of course, you want to face those Major League Soccer teams. For the Switchbacks FC, they fall to 3-4. But the good news is that next Wednesday and then after that, the Trailheads will be back at Sand Creek Stadium to cheer on Switchbacks FC as they will take on first Harpos FC in the U.S. Open Cup and then Arizona United, an opponent that they already know very well, having beaten them 3-2. And the good news for Switchbacks FC is they get Josh Phillips and Shintaro Harada back, 2 players who were desperately missing tonight, and I think that's why you saw some mistakes along the back line and in the midfield was because those 2 players weren't in there.
Yeah, it's always difficult when you have those red cards. You have to make changes and adjustments. The Switchbacks did have enough time to train and prepare for that, but when you're gelling on all cylinders and they had just come off that win against Arizona, it is very tough to make those switches in the lineup, and that's one thing head coaches hate to do. When they find something that works, have to tweak it. Fortunately, it's the way the game is. Red cards equal 1 game suspension on your next match. It would have been against Portland Timbers too, but the weather proving to be the winner in that one, postponing that match. They hope to play that later in June is what I'm hearing. So those suspensions were served here tonight.
Let's go down to Justin Maestas.
Yeah, after him. Come on, both you guys. Oh, Justin Mice is here along with Jimmy Turner. And Jimmy, 3-1 victory here tonight. Moves you into a tie for first place. How does that make you guys feel going forward with 2 games in hand?
It feels great. The boys worked extremely hard tonight. Colorado is a great team, a really competitive match. We had our opportunities to score tonight, and we took them. And man of the match by far, it goes to Christian Ramirez tonight.
Yeah, and he's been scoring for you guys. He had 2 goals last time he was here, 2 goals here tonight. Can you talk about the way your offense has been showing up here in these games?
Yeah, it's been huge. We've been working extremely hard on it in training. Looking to connect with everybody going forward and being really dangerous and playing quickly. And we got our opportunities and we created them tonight and we took them.
U.S. Open Cup next Wednesday. You have a game here on Sunday. 3 games in a week. How do you guys prepare for that?
Mentally and physically, we get our bodies primed and ready to get going again on Saturday this weekend, and then we get ready for next week as well during the midweek matchup, and then we just keep resting and improving our game every single step of the way, every day at training.
First place sounds good, doesn't it?
Oh, it's great.
Back to you guys.
Thank you.
No problem.
Jimmy Turner was sensational tonight, very solid at that outside back position, not allowing his man to get around him and serve in crosses, and also textbook in that one-on-one defending. He talked about Ramirez. In the last 4 games, Ramirez has 5 goals and 1 assist. So that just tells you about the man on loan from Atletico Marte and what he brings to the table. Still learning about the style of USL, that he can't be as tactile as he was in El Salvador, but getting the job done on the offensive end. And really, Ramirez, you can't give him the kind of opportunities that he had today, and he buried them. Apologize. Justin Maestas already has another interview lined up, so Brad, he's cutting you off.
So here at Brenton Griffins, another defender. You guys allowed 1 goal here today. Can you talk about the organization in the back of the back line?
The organization started pretty much in practice. The coach, they emphasized it a lot, staying together, keep on talking. And then the back 4, we trusted in each other. So once anybody makes a step, somebody's always there covering them.
We talked about earlier how it was your 2nd goal here with the club, first one in USL, like regular season. Talk about how it feels to get the game-winning goal in such a crucial game.
It feels really good because at the time, I'm running up. I'm like, Jimmy, I need to get this one. And Jimmy said, go and get it. And when Kim served that ball, I just swung my head as hard as I could. I needed to get that goal for the team. But at the end of the day, it's not all about me. It's about the team, and I'm just happy to help. There you got a goal to make a win.
That's always good to hear, as someone looking about the team. One thing, I always see your sister giving you a shout-out on the YouTube page. Is there anything you want to say to her back home?
I know they watching the game, and they going to see this interview. I know they going to call me. I just want to tell my sister I love her, my mom, my dad, and my nephew. I love them all.
I love this interview also. Good win, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you, boss.
Back to you guys.
Brenton Griffiths with the game-winning goal. Kim with his second assist in as many games. The game-winning goal was fashioned in South Korea and scored in Jamaica, giving all 3 points to the OC Blues here in Irvine tonight. And Quentin Griffiths, with his first goal as a Blue, really rescued the Blues, who were struggling at that moment. But that turned the tide in their favor. And with Griffiths' goal and a double from Ramirez, they run out 3-1 winners. That will do it for all of us here at OC Blues. We'd like to give a thank you to AIM Sports, as well as to my partner Brad Paul and Justin Maestas. I'm Mark Serber saying good night from the campus of UC Irvine, where the Orange County Blues improved to 5-0-2 on the season as they win over Switchbacks FC 3-1.